Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the series Defeating Anxieties of Youth. And you are listening to episode 7 of season 1 Sambandh. Sambandh means a relation with everybody. It can be friends, your mates, your family members, or it can be a stranger as well. So, here we are talking about ending those silly issues while we are living that relationship. The biggest problem that lie under the subcategory of anxiety is worries due to silly issues in relations. We are ready to move forward. We want that story to be great. We always consider life to run as smooth as grease. But is that even possible with those silly issues in a relation? We always wonder why and how we tend to act so immaturely, and ironically we pretend to be mature at the same time during those fights. We act like we are the most hurt and keep on defending ourselves, but nobody knows that story of a beautiful relation continues only when we defend a relation, not ourselves. As humans, we all are faulty and keep on sliding here and there until and unless we practice balance and calmness. But we have to make sure that those silly issues must not bring chaos in our relation and lives. We feel burdened because we always think in a negative direction of what a relation demands or needs to progress with. And that's a problem. Whenever you start an argument, it directly moves from present to past in seconds, with lots of data collection and finally coming to a never-ending debate. Why? But we always end up stressed and worried collectively while thinking about the progress of relation too. And that a fact that we cannot end a blame game fight until and unless you get tired from that bullshit. So why you are sleeping after getting tired from your situation? Why are you pushing silly issues to so delicate boundaries? Other than that, you can sleep after getting tired from work and a healthy beautiful talk between you and your mate. These silly issues leads to bigger destruction later, as we never do that intentionally, but our brain is trained to protect us always, and so you cannot defend the relation while it's defending you. Don't let your emotions handle you when it's about a decision, and don't let silly fights handle you when it's about just a small issue of a beautiful relation. Practice to leave the issues there only. Practice to resolve things with calmness. Practice to actually take mature decisions. Practice to be you, not what you expect them or yourself to be. A healthy relation is a relation with transparency and yes, beauty in understandings. Here we aren't comparing ourselves with others. Here we aren't comparing others with ourselves. But why we always tend to create a boundary between our emotions and theirs? Whether the relation is a fresh start, whether the relation is a very old relation, but why we think that we are most mature or the other person is not? Because it's a tendency, and that is the thing that creates conflicts and where we lack maturity. We think that we are mature, but not. We don't act like that, and that's the thing that creates a boundary between you, me, them, and everybody, that create issues, and those issues create problems, and these problems certainly brings an ending to the relations. We have to understand that no, these boundaries are our boundaries. These problems are our problems, and we have to resolve them very quietly, and we can do that. I know we all can succeed, and I know we all can do this, but we have to stay calm in this situation and think that everybody is important and we have to listen to everyone. They should listen to us and we should listen to them. A balance is important. If the other person is speaking, you have to shut up. And if you are speaking, then it must be an understanding between you both that the other guy must stop, guy or girl. You have to have that sense to understand the situation. And that thing can only happen when you will remain shut, when you will remain calm, and when you will meditate enough so that there will be a balance in your body. In previous episodes, we have discussed about gaining some beautiful knowledge that how to maintain ourselves, how to create a balance between our mind, between a mind and soul, and how to take good decisions, how to be perfect. And then I told you to listen to those 6 previous episodes and come to me so that I can help you more. And right now in this podcast, I am discussing about moving forward with how to live our life and relations beautifully, so that we should not continue that same problem again, or we should not move forward with the same old plan, with the same old default. We must not. We have to understand the relations, we have to understand the mindset, we have to understand everyone, so that we can live those relations again in a beautiful sense. Doing everything is easy for everybody, but the art of doing things is the creativity. You can succeed, you can win, you can achieve bigger goals, but not with the simple ideology of understandings. You have to have that sense of art, that creativity to live life beautifully. You also eat the same meal as I eat, because we both are satisfying our stomach, but it's about the quality that we intake. So that creates a change in ourselves, and body responds differently, but the sensory, the organs, the things that God has implanted is the same. Those things, there is no differentiation in timings, the 24 hours that God has offered us, you and me both. So you have to consider that you are a very small and a very logical part of this universe, and you have to live this life beautifully. So focus on those relations, focus on yourself. Those relations are as important as you are and your life is. Don't just say by becoming an emotional fool that yes, only relations are important, and don't just say that only you are important. Don't be an introvert or be an extrovert. Just be a balanced body or a balanced soul. That's it. That's what the life demands, and that's what you are there for. Your soul is important, you are important, and everybody is important, and no, you'll succeed. Just wait and do it. You have to put efforts. You have to move with the flow. Thank you for listening to this podcast. You were listening to Karan Arora, and this was episode 7 of season 1. I'll meet you again next Saturday at 9 a.m. sharp. Stay tuned and keep sharing this podcast with everyone who needs it. Thank you. Thank you so much.